Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Munaf, former Assistant General Manager of Air India. I have a doctorate in the aviation and tourism field, and during my tenure in Air India, I have traveled to many countries in all the 5 continents, and based on my travel experience, I thought I'll share some tips regarding conserving or saving foreign exchange during foreign travel. I'll give you some very practical tips which I have experienced, which I've applied during my travel and saved considerable amount of foreign exchange. Now before I start, for Indian nationals, there are certain stipulations about the foreign currency that they can take. So Indian nationals, when they are going abroad on a foreign trip, they can carry foreign exchange equivalent to 3,000 US dollars. 3,000 US dollars. It roughly works out to around 2.5 lakhs, so to say. So per passenger, you can carry 3,000 foreign exchange worth or up to 3,000 American dollars or US dollars. Now, most of you may not be aware that Government of India also permits Indian nationals, when they are going abroad, to carry a maximum of 25,000 Indian rupees also. This is in addition to the 3,000 American dollars that you can buy and travel. In addition to that, you can carry maximum 25,000 Indian rupees. Of course, from the other countries, whether it be Pakistan or Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, based on the government regulations, they can carry whatever the government permits. From Indians' point of view, Indian government point of view, these are the stipulations. Now, what are the tips that I'm going to share with you, which will help you to save foreign exchange, precious foreign exchange? Thumb rule number 1, do not exchange money at the international airport, because from my experience, I've learned in almost all the airports outside India, the moment you land, when you try to get foreign exchange of that country, you will be a loser, because there will be a big difference in the exchange rates applied at the airport and in the city. So do not make the mistake of exchanging or buying foreign currency at the destination airport. For example, I had a very bad experience during my visit to Bangkok, Thailand, with family. Mind you, Bangkok is a country which gives on-arrival visa. You don't have to take it in advance. After arrival, the immigration authorities, after collecting the money, will stamp your visa at the airport. Now, what happened there was, tourists from many countries land there for the so-called visa on arrival at Bangkok airport. Bangkok is in Thailand, as you know. So there is a bank counter very close to the immigration counter. And my bad experience was, because I wanted to pay the visa charges to the immigration people in their currency, which is Thai baht, I was forced to exchange money at the airport, Bangkok airport, on the exchange counter very close to, or adjacent to the immigration counter. Of course, I exchanged, paid, we came out after a long delay also, because to our bad luck at that point of time, tourists from many countries, from many flights have landed there. So we had to wait for a good 1.5 hours to 2 hours to have the on-arrival visa stamp in our passports. And you know what happened? The next day, when we went as a tourist to one of the tourist spots nearby, there were a couple of foreign exchange dealers. So when I tried to exchange money there, I found out that my transaction at the airport for 20,000 rupees, I wanted to pay the charges. So I exchanged 20,000 Indian rupees into Thai baht. And when I compared the rate that is applied in the city, I came to know that I lost more than 6,000 rupees at Bangkok airport because they had applied a very terribly low rate which made me to lose 6,000 rupees out of my 20,000 rupees. So never ever make the mistake of exchanging currency at the destination airport. Before you travel, you can take foreign currency in your country itself. How do you do that? I will give you some very relevant and useful tips. Like I said, you can carry $3,000 foreign exchange for each passenger. Now, when you want to get this 3,000 American dollars, the simplest way is Google and find out in your city, if you're in Bombay or Cochin or Chennai or Calcutta or Delhi, from Google find out the nearest foreign exchange dealers where you're staying. Get their numbers jotted down. And then spend some time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. Call each one of them. So what will you ask them? 99 out of 100 people will ask, what is the exchange rate? I'll give you a very practical tip. It's a ploy engaged by many foreign exchange dealers, both in India and outside India. They are required to display the exchange rates. They will display the rates, and sometimes one foreign exchange dealer may be displaying a little more attractive rate than his neighbor. Don't get hoodwinked by that, because when you change money, even in the Indian context, exchange rate is one, then there is a tax which is fixed. They can't do anything about it. There is also a transaction fee or service fee. This varies from bank to bank, from exchange dealer to dealer. This is where they make their money. They may be displaying an attractive rate. When you call them, they may be giving an attractive rate. But then the catch is, their rate for service charge or transaction fee or whatever they call may be higher. So don't get hoodwinked by that. So how will you tackle this? Very simple, which I found out myself. For example, if you want to get 3,000 American dollars for your travel, you call up, like I said, you listed out a number of at least half a dozen foreign exchange dealers in your city. Call the first person. What you should ask is, I want to get 3,000 American dollars. How much money, total Indian rupees, I have to pay, including all your charges, tax, everything. He will give you an amount. Note it down. Do the same thing with 3 or 4 other foreign exchange dealers. You will find a difference in that. Go to the one who has offered you a best rate. Very simple, but this way you can save a lot of money. Supposing you are traveling with your family, 3,000 into 3 or 4 people, how much money it is? So foreign exchange, when exchanging, this is the strategy that you should adopt. And the same strategy you can adopt outside India also. And another hint I would like to give you is, I've already told you, do not exchange money at the destination airport. At the departure airport, in Indian airports, they are reasonable. Again, you have to do the same thing. Like when I traveled to Turkey from Cochin, I saw about 3 or 4 foreign exchange dealers next to each other. Everybody displaying a rate. But then I employed this strategy and asked them, because I wanted to get some American dollars or for my expenses for the taxi and all that at the destination. So I employed this strategy, and just for a small amount, for exchanging about 5,000 rupees for incidental expenses, for tea, coffee and for the taxi, from the study I made, I saved about 450 rupees in one transaction for a small amount, because of what I told you. Exchange rate, don't get carried away. Ask them what are the other charges, or the strategies. I want so many dollars or so many baht or so many dirhams, how much I should pay in Indian rupees. That will tell you the exact. Whoever is quoting the least, get foreign exchange from them. Secondly, in your foreign country, wherever, like for example Singapore, most of the Indians go to Singapore, they are seen around the Mustafa Center, the huge shopping complex. From A to Z, you get everything there. And it's a tourist spot. All the Indians go and buy A to Z from Mustafa Center. And there are other shopping malls also nearby. It's a good place to buy, no doubt. And there they have their own foreign exchange counter, and also a few foreign exchange counters outside the Mustafa Center also. So when you have a few foreign exchange dealers in close proximity, close to each other, your job becomes simple. Apply the same strategy. Go there. In the case of Singapore, I want 1,000 Singapore dollars. How much I should pay? I have Indian currency, so much. From that you find out who is asking the least amount, giving you the best rate, including all their other charges, service charge, transaction, whatever. Take it. So this is a trick which you should employ to any country that you go. Don't ever make the mistake of exchanging a huge amount at the airport. Never ever do that. Then, what happens after your trip? Supposing you have taken $3,000 per person, you've gone there on a holiday to a foreign country, Singapore, Malaysia, Bangkok, or Thailand, wherever. When you come back, if you have the balance amount in dollars or whatever, don't rush to the airport exchange counter saying that I took so much money, I've got $1,000 balance, I want to exchange it to convert into Indian rupees. You will lose heavily. Let me tell you, you will lose heavily, because the foreign exchange dealer or the banks authorized to deal with foreign exchange have what is known as bankers selling rate and bankers buying rate. To give a very specific example, if you are converting, if you want to buy American dollars, supposing the rate that you pay per American dollar, if you are paying 85 rupees per American dollar, 85 rupees you have to pay. So the bank will apply what is known as a banker's selling rate. So you pay, if you want to get 3,000 American dollars, 3,000 into 85 you pay and get the American dollars. So when you come back, let's say you have $1,000 balance. When you go and give it to the bank, same dealer maybe, he is not going to apply the banker's selling rate. He will apply what is known as the banker's buying rate, because he is buying the American dollars from you. In that case, the rate will be much lower. You might have purchased American dollar for 85 rupees. When you return the American dollar, you will get a good 4 to 5 rupees less per dollar. So you will lose terribly. So what I would suggest is, if you're a frequent traveler, when I say frequent, maybe next year you may go abroad, after 2 years you may go abroad. In that case, you can keep the same dollars with you and use it for your next trip. Next trip. Because I have noticed from my experience, like I said, I have traveled to many countries. When I come back, if I have some foreign exchange, I keep it with me to use it for the next trip. And I've always noticed, whether it is Saudi riyals or dirhams, UAE dirhams, or American dollars, or euro, or European currency, or British pound sterling, when you keep this, maybe because of the weak Indian rupee, I have always noticed all the currencies, the Indian rupee equivalent has gone up, which means these currencies have performed well compared to Indian currency. So when you bring back and retain the foreign exchange after your foreign trip, when you keep it, after 1 year, 2 years, when you travel, you will find that the value of that currency has gone up. Whereas if immediately on your arrival, if you had given back, you would have lost money then and there. This is another trick I want to tell you. In fact, you can do it legally also, because Indian government, the foreign exchange regulations permit those who have gone abroad to bring back up to $1,000 per head and keep it with them, as long as it is taken through legal channels. Because when you take it from a foreign exchange dealer or a bank, it's a legal channel. You will have the receipt for that. So there's nothing wrong in keeping. So these are the things I thought I'll share with you, whereby you can save a lot of foreign exchange. Because when you go abroad to a place like Malaysia, where the currency is ringgit, Malaysian ringgit, or Singapore dollar, even if you save $20-30, you can buy 2-3 gifts for your kith and kin back home. Because in $10 you'll get a good gift. And Singapore, they'll be very happy. Why should you lose that? So these strategies, if you employ, you will save considerable money during a foreign trip. So I have told you what to do before your foreign trip, during a foreign trip, and after you come back also, what to do with regard to your foreign exchange. I hope it will be useful to you. If you find it useful, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.